Hi you guys, a quick follow-up to my unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Just want to go through my views and thoughts on using it for a few weeks, comparing it to other devices and giving you my opinions as to whether it's worth the price compared to especially the new Nexus 7 2013 tablet. As you can see in front of us, we've got three tablets on show. We've got the phablet Note 2, which is an hybrid tablet phone. We've got in the middle the original Nexus 7, which is the 2012 model, and on the left hand side we've got the Galaxy Note 8 with the S Pen. We'll basically talk about the Note 8 because that's what this video is going to be about, but you can just see a rough comparison in size. What I did tend to find with the Nexus 7, it was just under the sweet spot for size for doing certain things for me, web pages, different things, although it was very pocketable and very well built. The idea behind getting the Note 8 was to have something slightly bigger but not as big as obviously an iPad or a full-size Android tablet. So we're going to take a look at the Note 8, and I'm going to show you some of the features that I like, some of the features I dislike. First of all, I want to talk about the screen resolution. There's been an awful lot said about the resolution on the Note 8 due to the fact that it's got the extra layer for the Wacom digital pen, and it's not too bad at all, to be honest. When I'm looking at the screen, there's no pixelation, it reads fine, even on the smallest font I have no problem with it. So we've got, you can see at the moment there's a live wallpaper going. We'll flick to an empty screen and I'll just zoom in and out of this live wallpaper so you can see that it's running a 3D live wallpaper. You can see I don't know if you can pick it up on the video, but you can see the shadows on the chessboard underneath. You can see the animation. We'll turn it around onto its side. You can see it again. You can zoom in and out. You can see the screen's quite crisp, quite clear. I've actually got this down to roughly about a quarter of its full brightness. One good thing about the Note 8 that I've noticed, if you've got it in outside situations, it's very easy to read on full brightness. Web pages display very good. There's not a real problem with reading in direct sunlight or in shaded sunlight. Far better than the Nexus 7 and other devices I've used. One bugbear on the Note 8 that's been widely reported, because the capacitive keys stay on the bottom and the home button key is on the bottom. When you tend to hold it in landscape like this, if you're doing certain things, if I hold it and I curve my palm round, and you can see if I turn to one side, as my palm touches it, very, very sensitive capacitive buttons. Whether they're because you can use the capacitive buttons now with the S Pen, I'm not sure, but if I tend to use it and I'm doing certain things and I move my hand around, you can see straight away I've only slightly touched it, but the multitasking tab comes out. It's a very, very light touch. If I do it again, certain ways when I hold it, the multitasking comes out and goes in again. You can also, if you're reading something, it's quite easy to go back. If you're on a web page and you touch it by mistake, it's quite easy to go back on the page. Another thing I find with it, if I'm using the reading software that's on the Note 8, there's various readers you can get. There's a built-in Reader's Hub, there's playbooks, and you can use Amazon. If I'm using the Reader's Hub, for instance, let's just long press to get the multitasking out of the way. We'll open a book. What I find as I'm reading a book and I'm moving around, it's quite easy as I'm moving around the page to touch this capacitive back button. It's very, very sensitive. And if you're in the middle of a page, although you can always get back to the page by reopening the application, it's very, very easy to touch that and go back out of the book. The main way to get around this on the Note 8 is the screen rotates a full 360, so you can go right the way up to a full 180 from your original screen. And then when you read anything on the e-reader in this position, the capacitive buttons are at the top of the screen. You don't really need them while you're reading, so you can turn pages, you can go forward and back, and it's a solution getting away from the capacitive buttons being in easy reach at the bottom. Another good feature that's been noted with this particular model, the Note 8, is the ability to have a reading mode, and what I found is it's really, really useful. It does really help, and I've read quite a few books on this already. If I pull down from the top, while you're in an application that uses reader mode, you can test if this is working. You can see the difference. So if I pull down from the top of the screen and I click on reading mode, we're actually in reading mode now, and you can see, I'm not quite sure whether you can see this on camera, but it's gone like a sepia colour. If I tip on reading mode again, it's gone a lot lighter. Tip again, So you can actually see reading mode changing on and off because we've got the book in the background. In reading mode, it gives you a much easier screen to read. You'll find that you'll end up maybe indoors as it gets later turning the screen display right down, more or less to the lowest setting. You can see how low it is there. Very, very easy to read, very low on battery drain, and works perfectly well. Another thing I want to go on, again with the pixels, if we go into, we'll turn that up a bit, we'll get the brightness up a bit. Nope, it's not too bright on the camera. If we go into the media and we go into the video player, the pixel quality on videos is absolutely astounding. So the picture quality that you actually see and the resolution on the picture is really, really clear. You've got a volume slider on one side, you've got the brightness on the other. So that's on full brightness now. Obviously too bright to film on camera, so we can turn it down again. Take it down somewhere, maybe about 25%. I'll quickly get out of that. There's all sorts of features. I'm sure you've seen them on all the Note 8 reviews that are out there. What I wanted to do, as I've said in the unboxing, is give my unbiased opinion. I use various tablets and phone devices, including an iPad. And to be honest, I've been using this for about a month now, and this is my go-to device. I've not touched the iPad at all. More or less does everything I want. On-the-go cable for transferring data, watching different things. The amount of content that you can actually use on an Android tablet, especially the way Samsung has gone now with the development of their tablets and the added different things they've put into it. The S Pen features on the Note 8, again, you've seen all these pretty well shown through most of the YouTube videos that are out there, but really, really useful. I find myself using it quite a bit to annotate. It's very, very easy if you're on a small web page. Quickly show you one good feature on the stock browser. So as you can see on the bottom of the page now, I've got both browser. I've got the stock browser that's brought over from the early version before Jelly Bean, ice cream sandwich, and I've got a Chrome, and I've got a Chrome Beta, which has got a few extra features in. But if you go into the standard internet browser, one thing that's really, really useful on pinch and zoom, for instance, if you go into something that's got a lot of content on there, let's try and find something that I've already opened. So we'll open this here on this page so we can get it to load. I'm looking for a page with a fair bit of text on it. Now, the usual way of going in stock browser or Google Chrome when you're trying to get the font or the passage that you're reading big enough to see is you double tap, and that will bring the actual passage as it's typed to fill the full size of the screen. Also in landscape, it'll make it slightly bigger. But there is another way. If you take it back and you pinch in, similar to an iPad, you can scroll around the screen, which is obviously a pain to do because you're having to move around to read. But you can zoom into the font size that you want, and then if you double tap the screen, it will actually transfer the script to the width of the screen in the size that you want it in. So obviously your pictures you still have to move around, but it actually works very similar to other devices where you've actually got a text reflow system going on. But there is a method to using it in the standard browser. So again, double tap, you're in the standard web page configuration. Obviously the font's too small to read. You can double tap to get it to fill the screen as you normally would, double tap to take it back, or you can pinch to zoom, pinch it as high as you want the font to go, double tap it and it'll text reflow. Also, if you go back to a similar browser, you can get Boat Browser that's on the Play Store. And with Boat Browser, this has got a similar feature built in, but when you pinch to zoom on Boat Browser, it does actually text reflow. Boat Browser, very, very handy. There's a lot of good features in there. All in all, I would say that if you're looking for an 8-inch tablet like I was, or something slightly bigger than the Nexus 7, the price point on Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is quite high. You're obviously paying for the extra features, the S Pen and whatever. But having said that, now the Samsung Tab 3 series have come out with the 7-inch, the 8.8-inch and the larger 10.1. They're comparable in screen size, they look the same, but the same version of this in the Tab 3, the specifications for maybe 30, 40 euros or dollars less than the Note 8. In my opinion, you're probably better getting the Note 8 with a quad-core processor. It's very, very quick, very snappy. There's no lag. I mean, even going into certain things like Google Currents, again going back to the font issue that people tend to have all the time. Very smooth scrolling. Obviously it's got a load in, it's pulling it in from the internet. Very smooth. Everything on the tablet's smooth and fast. We're going to one of the articles, and we'll see if this will load any further than that. Try and find one with some text in. And you can see the text, there's quite a fine text that's there. It's very crisp and clear. There's no pixelation. I can't see any pixelation on the screen. So all in all, a few of the things that have been mentioned, screen quality, to be honest, on the screen quality on this size of a tablet, it's comparable to a top-end 42-inch TV. You know, there's no difference really. Playing movies is really good. YouTube, the resolution on YouTube is absolutely amazing. So all in all, for an 8-inch tablet, if you're looking for one that's going to be bigger than the Nexus 7, smaller than 10.1 inch, to my mind this one is the tablet to go for at the moment. If you want to spend slightly less, maybe go for the new Nexus 7. Again, a very good tablet with a few less features than this. Or go for the Tab 3 on the 8-inch if you want to save a few dollars again. If you like this video and you subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments below and I'll try and get back to you, and thanks for watching. Bye.